Aloha, welcome to Uncle George, Hawaii. Today we're going to be doing some bone broth, you know. And not only is bone broth for us to eat, some nice soup and stuff like that, but also we can help feed our dogs too. And then not only that, we're going to feed the earth with all the bone meal that we're going to be making. Right here, you see, I got thousands of bones. You know, we have our own cattle, we got deer, we got chickens, we got duck. So what we do is we make a bone broth we're just boiling it, and then we give them to the dogs, and guess what? They're gonna chew this all up, and then they're gonna chew it, and then after that, we're gonna take this and throw it in the fire, and then we're gonna make some bone meal so we can use it for our garden. What we do is making bone broth, and the reason bone broth is good, it has a lot of collagen inside of there, it has a lot of like calcium, has a lot of nutrients. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a soup out of it. So we're gonna gather some things from our garden. First, we're gonna gather some celery, right straight from the garden. Here we go, cut some celery. Okay, here's the celery. And then let's go over here. Let's go look for some turmeric. I got some turmeric right here. Fresh turmeric right out of the ground. Just a little bit of turmeric in here. Okay. And let's see what we can. We're also going to add some greens to that. We're going to add some spinach. This is New Zealand spinach. We're going to add some Okinawan spinach. Okay, let's see what else we can go over here. We're going to grab some lemongrass, just some lemongrass leaves to give it some flavor. Okay. Let's see what else we got over here. We got some okra, but it's not quite ready yet. So, not quite ready, the okra. I saw some okra over here that was earlier. Ready, not ready. Well, we can throw some eggplant. We're going to throw all these different flavors from our garden. Here's some eggplant. Oops, lost that one. Let me go back around. It fell down over here. There we go. Put some eggplant. We're going to basically be making a soup. Let's see if we can go over here and find some carrots. Sometimes we got some carrots growing. We might have harvested them all already. If not, we got some in the thing growing. Oh, let's see if we got some. Oops. Maybe just baby carrots. Let's see. Oh my God. Okay. We got some heirloom carrots going over here. We're gonna use the stem and everything. See, here's the carrots. This one kind of grew weird, but that's okay. So we're gonna use the stems, everything, throw that in there. Let's see if I can find anything else that has flavor over here. Okay, we're gonna throw in some beets. It's gonna be in our soup as well. And let's see what else we got over here. I think that's about it. We can throw some sweet potato leaves too here. Sweet potato leaves. We'll throw this inside of the mix too. Let's go over here. I saw some unchoy over here too. This is some unchoy. Okay, some unchoy leaves. Look at this one. Okay, and let's go get some kalamungai leaves as well. Okay, this is chili pepper leaves. Now, we're not going to use the chili pepper itself because it's going to be too spicy for a soup. And we want to feed the animals as well, okay? So you can see the chili peppers over here. We're not using the chili pepper, we're just going to use the leaves, okay? What's more important, we go down here. Okay, this is the garden. We're going to get some, this is Korean spinach. Okay, and then this is the key of it. This is moringa. We're gonna get some moringa. Cut a couple of these down, and we're just gonna use the leaves. So let's take this. It's all gonna be part of our broth, and we're gonna also use some garlic. But we got the garlic and the onions over there by the countertop. So we're live on the farm, Uncle George Kahumoku. unclegeorgehawaii.com. It's called this ili, but there's a the Howley name is Gobo. How do you say it? Goda Cola right here. Okay, this is brain food. Okay, this actually got the Goda Cola. Now my grandfather told me that you eat only 5 of these a day.
Let's take a look.
And the reason you want to eat too much is just because you turn into a smart ass. Or no smart ass around here. We just want guys who are good for the brain. A lot of magnesium and zinc in there. Goda Cola. Call it ili. Okay, we just got through from going out the garden. You know, the thing is about a garden is we got so much stuff out there. We got about 3,000 varieties of fruits and vegetables, so we can just go out and help. The other thing, we also have our own animals. So we have cattle, we got sheep, but this is some bone broth, okay? What we did is when I slaughtered the cow, we kept all the bones and we sawed them. So they got big hunk of bones like this, okay? This is from the cow. Now we also got some other bones right here. And this is we got some deer and we also got some lamb in here. So we're just gonna throw all those bones in this big pot, fill it up with some water, okay? And then we're gonna throw in all kinds of vegetables just to let it, and we're gonna let this cook for 2 hours for 6 days. We cook it, then we let it simmer for 6 days, then we take it out. And we're just gonna add everything in. Now, one of the secrets to us is how to sharpen your knife. You know, you don't need a fancy sharpener. You just take an old coffee cup, turn it upside down. On the bottom, especially if it's porcelain, you know, just like this, you can sharpen all your tools. So first thing we got some turmeric from our garden. We're just gonna bust that up, throw it in. Okay, another turmeric. This is 2 different varieties. One is yellow, one is orange. We got some ginger, fresh ginger from the garden. Just break it up, throw it inside of there. Garlic. I throw in the cloves and everything because I like all the flavor and everything like that. I just throw everything in, just like this. We're making bone broth here. Okay, we got some celery. Just rinse it off a little bit. Okay, you cut them in small chunks, big chunks, whatever. And then you can use this broth for making saimin. You can make stews. You can make a soup. You know, all kinds of stuff like that. Okay, so we're throwing in the celery right now, and the celery we picked from the garden. And I got all these other vegetables in here as well. I got some lemongrass. I got some all the spinach. I'm just gonna rinse them off real quick. And I'm not in any big, you know, rush or anything. So again, just go for it. Just cut them all up and throw them in there. It's like a big, even the beets, I'm throwing them up, just cutting them up, throwing them in there. It's gonna make a big stew. Just bone broth. We got a white carrot over here. We got some turnips. We got some. I threw in even the skin and everything of the leaves from the. Look at this beautiful beets. Throwing in the lemongrass. Okay, we got that all inside of there. There we go. Cut up the beets a little bit smaller, but this is all going to. You know, we're going to cook it for hours and hours. And then we're going to strain off all this stuff. You're going to see it at the end. Okay. So we got all that going inside here. Throw in some carrots. We got our own carrots. I'm going to just quarter it so it cooks easier and faster. Okay, there we go. Throw in the carrots. Throw in everything but the kitchen sink. I'm going to throw in everything but the kitchen sink. And this is really fun to do, especially if you have a nice garden. There's some eggplant over there. We'll throw that in so side too. Just cut them up. Now all this is going to be making is like a broth. Then later on we're going to strain out all this stuff. It's going to have all these flavors inside of it. Okay, eggplant. Let's throw that other. Here's another piece of bone. Throw that inside as well. I think this is deer or lamb. Okay. Then we throw some onions inside here. Now, just so you know, the bottom part of the onion has the roots. You can actually plant this, and then you'll have onions coming up, back up again. So it can kind of be sustainable. You don't have to keep on buying onions over and over. So I'm just going to throw a little bit just for flavor. Later on, we can go to a website to find out what we threw in here.
We just throw in whatever, you know, you got in your garden. You got nothing, you got to go to the store. Well, that's how it is. But you should start being sustainable. Start growing your own stuff, you know. Okay, you can put chicken bones, turkey bones. Okay, now, here we got some sweet potato leaves. Okay, and we're gonna actually just cut this all up too, throw it inside there too. It's gonna add so much flavor, so much diversity to our bone broth over here. Okay, throw that in there. What else? Okay, we got the chili pepper leaves as well. Okay, just chop that up, throw it in there too. You can actually just take off the leaves and put the stems out. We can feed the stems back to the animals. Chili pepper leaves, really delicious. Okay. And then last but not least, I think this pot is too small. We gotta get a bigger pot. And then we got the mungai. We got the other spinach. This is the Korean spinach. We're gonna throw that inside. We threw our uncho inside of there already. This is the Korean spinach. Throw that in there. And then finally, we had the moringa. What we call this kalamungai, Filipinos. It's all good stuff to be bone broth. And we just take it. We got my wife has a hot pot. We'll just throw this all inside. And we're just gonna cook it for 2 hours. And then we let it cool. Then we cook it for another 2 hours. We let it cool. We keep on going for 7 days. 7 days, okay? So let's just put this all away because I just want to show you guys how we did this. And I'm gonna show you the end result. Okay, so we added some pepper. We added some bay leaves to give it some flavor and some kosher salt, okay? And then after that, we boiled this for a couple hours, then we let it rest. And we did it for another couple hours, another day, and let it rest for 7 days now. That's how long it took to make this bone broth. Now, let me see, we're taking this off. So what we're gonna do, okay, you can see, and in this one, this mix, we had turkey, we had lamb. So what we're doing is look at the bones coming off. It's all falling apart. Now this part right here, we're gonna actually keep the bones for the garden. And this part has meat, so we can feed the meat to the dogs. Okay, so the bone's gonna come out. Let's take out all the bones. You can see all the different bones we got in here. This is like a big cow bone. You can give these to the dogs, and the dogs will chew on this for a while, and then we get all the meat and the collagen off, okay? So we're putting that all inside of here. And this is what we're gonna make bone meal out of after we let the dogs chew on it after a while. So we had, this one we had some turkey, we had some chicken, we caught some feral chickens, threw them inside, some deer, whatever kind of, you know, whatever kind of bones you got, just use them all. And look, the bone is so, it just disintegrates, look, it just starts falling apart. That's how you want it. Okay. So remember, I had all those different vegetables and ingredients, and so it's so much flavor. Now I try not to add too much salt to this in the beginning because my wife has tendonitis and I don't want to give her too much salt. But we ended up with all of these bones. See all the bones coming off now. I think we threw in a chicken, a feral chicken. It was alive a week ago. Killed the chicken, just throw them in here too, so we got the bone broth as well. Okay, so now we got all of the bones in this side. Now this is the stuff we're gonna feed to the dogs and stuff. Get out all the main bones. Okay, still getting more bones. Okay, take out the bones. Now, all this stuff over here has a lot of flavor. Okay, but what we really want is we don't want all of the vegetables and everything in this stuff. We only want the broth. So to do that, we're gonna strain out all of the hard stuff and just leave the miso behind. See? Now you're gonna left with all the bits and pieces of meat. You can use this in your stews, whatever. But this is the stuff that we're gonna, this is the bone broth right here. You can see the fat and everything is starting to And this is what we can use for soups too, but the thing that we want is right on the bottom. Okay, now, then we start bottling them, and then we put them in the icebox or the freezer. Then when you get to make Simon or something, this is the best thing for making any kind of soups. You know, this is like your starter. It's the bottom. Then you can add your salt, you can add more vegetables and everything. But look at all that stuff that's in there. The carrots, you got the mungai, we got all of the different leaves, we got the ginger, the garlic, the bay leaf, all of that still gets stuck in here, okay? So this is the stuff we can actually feed to our animals. We're gonna feed this as dog food to our animals. And you can actually use it in making a soup. In fact, one of these days we'll take this and make it into some Simon so you can see, okay? Okay, so what we do is we scoop this out and we put it into the, and on the top is fat, but in between is the gelatin. I'm gonna show you. So this is the bone broth. Really rich stuff. This has been going for 7 days, 2 hours for 7 days. Okay? Let me see, let's put that. And then the meat stuff, look, it's gonna be like that. That's what when we strain it all out. Now look at this. Let me just show you what this looks like when it's in the ice box. Okay, the top layer right here will be the fat, okay? You can actually use a lard. You can actually make candles out of this stuff, look. The top layer, okay? But underneath of that, let me put this in something else. Oops. Let's put it back in here. This is what you want. This is all the carrot. It's all gel. All the gel from all of the bone, the marrow, and all that stuff. All the gel came back. So this is what you want. This is actually the bone broth right here. All the gelatin that you can use to make your soup. That's where the mana is, the spirit of the, okay? So that's a little bit about bone broth. I hope you use it, and don't waste your bones. If you have a big turkey or a leg of lamb or something, save all the bones, boil them down, make bone broth. The marrow is so good for you. Has a lot of protein. It has a lot of energy, and actually the collagen is really good for your nails, your skin. And I heard it's also good for your eyesight as well, because you know it's kind of like moisturizes your eyes and your skin. The thing is, all this leftover stuff, the meat and all of that, the fat and everything, you can use it for making what we call pho or even Simon. You know, throw it in your Simon as an extra meat or something, protein source. But you could also feed it to the dogs. This will make excellent dog food as well. So I'm gonna just, you know, we store it in glass bottles instead of plastic. And later on, then we'll freeze it. And then when we need it, we just bust it out, you know? And so when you make your Simon, or it says, at least you have the base for it. We got the base with the bone broth, but we also have the meat and all the leftover and the vegetables that have been cooked down. So we're just gonna store this inside of this and not waste anything, yeah?
And what is this again, George? Right here?
This is, okay, this is the one with the meat, then it has a little bit of bone broth. Actually, we cleaned it out better, we strained it better. And this is just the bone broth by itself. With no meat, it's been strained out. We want to thank you so much for joining us here, unclegeorgehawaii.com on the farm. Mahalo. Today, bone broth.
E makaala e maopopo na o maka